Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how you can display the users or a player's friend list using Google Play game services in your native Android application. So let's get started. So at the start of this tutorial I want to make it very clear that you would require a paid Google Play or Google Play console account, otherwise you won't be able to proceed with this particular tutorial. So first let's just hop on to Google Play console. So first I have just created a native Android project. I am using XML layout, but if you want you can use Jetpack Compose as well. Like, there is no UI logic as such. All we require is just two buttons, that's it, one for login and second for showing the friends list. I'll come back to the code later on, but for now you can just create an Android project, whatever you feel like. Okay, then you just have to go to Google Play console, and I'll just minimize this, and here you just have to click on this create app button, and here you give it some name. So I'll just give it some random name, so Travel India. Okay, and here this need to be marked as game, because like I said, Google Play game services can only be used inside a game. Then here I'll just mark it as free. I'll just check these two options and I'll just click on create app. Let's just wait for a second for it to create the app. Okay, so the app has been created. The next step is you just need to click on grow users. You need to click on play games and services, click on setup and management, click on configuration, and here I'll just click on create new play game service project. And here I don't have a project right now, right? So we need to create a new cloud project. So I'll just click on this create new cloud project, click on go to Google Cloud console. Okay, then here you just give it some name. So I'll just give the same name, Travel India. Okay, I'll just click on create. Then you just need to click over here, this menu bar, click on API and services, click on OAuth consent screen. Then here you just need to click on clients. Okay, so here is a silly mistake which a lot of people do. So we have created the app as Travel India, right? But by default it like Google Play console selects some wrong app. So I'll just quickly change the app to Travel India. So do make sure that you don't do this mistake. So you should see something like this. Then just click on get started. Then here you need to give it some app name. So I'll just give it as Travel India again. I'll just select my email ID. I'll click on next. I'll just select external. I'll click on next, and here I'll just give it some contact email address as well, @gmail.com. Okay, I'll click on next. I'll just check this checkbox. I'll click on continue. I'll click on create. So let's just wait. Now we also need to create the Android as well as the web credentials. So let's create that as well. Again, go to clients, click on create client, and here you just need to select Android. Here you need to provide a package name as well. So I'll just come over here. I'll just copy this particular package name. I'll copy this package name and I'll paste it over here. You need to generate a SHA-1 certificate. So the easiest way according to me in native Android is to run this command. Now I'm not generating a release APK, so the debug APK which is there, I will directly install this by running it from Android Studio itself. If you are generating a release APK, you will have to use this particular command, and you will have to change all the required values according to what you have set while generating the release APK. So for now this is fine, because this gets the job done easily without me trying to generate the release APK. So just open your terminal. Okay, I'll clear everything out and just paste this particular command. So this will generate the SHA-1 for us. So let's just wait for it to generate the SHA-1. Also be careful, like here you can see it has generated a SHA-1 for multiple things. We require it for this one, debug variant. Okay, so I can just copy this SHA-1 and I'll just come over here and I'll paste it over here. I don't need to verify the ownership. I'll just click on create. We don't require this client ID. Then again click on create client. and here inside application type select web application, and again just click on create and click on OK over here. Okay, then let's go back to Google Play console, click on done, and here you just need to click on refresh cloud project so that you should be able to see the project which you have just created. So here you can see my project Travel India. If it is not visible to you, just wait for a few seconds and again click on refresh cloud projects. I'll just click on use button for now. Okay, then let's click on create credentials. I'll just click on this add credential button, and here select Android, select anti-piracy is off, and here inside auth client, here we will select the Android client we have created and click on save changes. Then okay, then we just need to go back, then scroll down again, and here you just have to click on add credential again. Now here select game server, scroll down, click on refresh auth clients, and here you just select the web client which we have created, click on save changes. Okay, then go back, then just click on review and publish. Now there are few pending actions, so I'll just click on this description one first, then I'll just click on this Travel India, I'll just paste it over here. Game category is action, and here I'll quickly generate this game icon as well as feature graphic and upload it over here, so you can use any AI tools whatever you feel like. Okay, so here I'll just click on this upload button. I have already generated the icons, and I'll just select this one. Okay, then I'll just click on upload over here. I'll select the feature graphic as well, so let's just wait for it to upload. So it has uploaded. I'll just click on save changes, then come back again, click on the back button, click on review and publish. Obviously you don't need to deploy the APK to Google Play console. Even without deploying you can test it, so I'm not that's why I'm not generating release APK. So I'll just click on publish game project. So the project has been published. Now let's come back to Android project. Firstly you just need to come to this, once Android project has been created, you just go to this build.gradle.kts, scroll down, and here you need to add this particular dependency. So Google Android GMS Play Service Games version 2 21.0.0. so this is the latest at the time of me recording, that's why I've added this. And you just have to click on the sync now button which you will see, so it will download dependency for you. Then go to Android manifest, you need to scroll down, and here after once your activity tag ends, you need to add this metadata tag of Google Android GMS Games App ID, and this value it will come from over here. So this is my project ID. I'll just copy it and paste it over here. Don't try to copy my project ID, because by the time you watch this video I will be deleting the project. Then go to activity_main, and over here you need to add two buttons. So one button I have added for login, and second button I have added for showing the friends list. Also make sure if you have I'm assuming you are watching this tutorial because you already have at least one friend if you are using Google Play game services, otherwise you will not see any data. So I have one friend. If you want to know how to add someone as a friend, you will have to check my other tutorial on how to display a user's profile. So with the help of that you can add someone as a friend, but you should know their user ID. But I have explained more all of that in that particular tutorial. Okay, so I have just created two buttons. If you want, you can use Jetpack Compose over here. Then inside the code, so these are all the imports, so feel free to pause the video, copy this import. Then inside the onCreate, first we initialize the Play Games SDK. Then as soon as the app is loaded, I'm immediately trying to sign in if it is possible. So here you can see we are getting hold of our game sign in client, is authenticated. Then if it is authenticated, then we just get the player information and I'm printing it to the console. Okay, else I'm just displaying a toast message. Same thing over here as well. Then for login as well, the for login, this particular code which you see is exactly the same. If you want to like create a reusable function, you can do that as well. Okay, sorry, I think I have missed some part, so this is the part for if in case if you are not able to see it. Okay, and same for login button as well. So here you can see this is all the code that there is to it. Again, it's exactly the same which I have shown you, so nothing really different over here. So once the user is logged in, then only you can display the friends list. So if you want to create a boolean variable, you can do that as well, otherwise this will not work. So when for showing the friends list, you have to use playgames.get player client load friends. Here you need to tell how many friends you want to load, and this is something related to reload or something. If you just check, it is boolean, it is related to something, it should refresh or something like that. If you check the documentation, I'll simply scroll down. Here you can see force reload. I'm not really sure why this is. I have just followed the documentation and I have kept it as false. Okay, I don't know what this error is. Okay, anyways, I'll just do a Gradle sync. Anyways, something went wrong with Android Studio. I don't know why it was throwing that error. Then here we add a success listener. Again, these are the number of friends you want in a single page, and here we have this annotated data. Here is our player buffer, so here we just do data.get, and then we just loop over that particular player buffer, and whatever is the player information, like whoever are your friends, I'm printing it to the console. And this is for the failure listener. So for the failure listener, for the very first time your app requires access to the friends list. So for the very first time you will come to the failure listener. So if the failure is of type friends resolution required exception, then we get the pending intent, then we create an intent sender request, and then we just do this share consent launcher dot launch intent sender request, and here is our share friending consent launcher. So I'm using register for activity result, and if the result is okay, again the code is exactly the same what we have written over here, but here I am not handling the failure clause, otherwise it might go into a recursive function. So in case if the user rejects it over here, then yeah, you can add an else clause as well and display a toast message why the user rejected it. But if the user grants you their friends list access, then to get all the friend list immediately without the user clicking on the button again, once it is successful, you can write the same code again. You can make this as a reusable function if you feel like. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Now let me quickly run the application. Okay, so it has been connected. Let me run it. Also make sure you are connected to the internet or to your mobile data while running the application, otherwise your app might crash. If you want, you can add the internet permission inside Android manifest as well. It is not mandatory, because that is handled internally by the Playgames SDK, but user needs to enable their mobile data. So I would suggest you, if you want, you can add that internet check as well and add internet permission as well. So I'll leave that up to you. It's a simple thing. Okay, so let's just wait for our app to build. I don't know why it is not showing my app. Just give me a second. Okay, it is not, my device is not getting connected properly. Okay, let me run it again. Okay, so here you can see I have running my app, and here you can see it has automatically signed in, so using Google Play Game Services, because without me clicking the login button, if you want to click the login button, you can do that as well. Then I'll just click on the show friend list. Like I said, I'm already friends with one person only. Again, that person is my own account. So here you can see this is the dialog which you see. I'll just click on allow, and once you click on allow, I'm printing the friends detail inside the logcat. So if you see, what was that particular name? Player buffer, right? Let's just search for player buffer. So here you can see this is the player details. So floral landmark, this is the guy who I'm friends with. So I'm friends with only one guy, that's why we are only seeing one data. So yeah, hopefully you got the point. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.